Okay, good morning everyone. It is July 29th, 2020, and it's like 3:30 in the morning. Maria and I are going to go apply for our student visas in Washington, D.C. today, so that's why we have such an early start. We just got ready, put on some clothes, got some breakfast. Yeah, now we're about to drive to Washington, D.C. Not really gonna say much right now just because we gotta get going and we gotta make sure everything is straight before we get on the road. But as always, make sure to follow us on social media, and yeah, we'll see you again when we get to D.C. Alright everybody, we have finally made it to DC. It's 6 in the morning, but my appointment is not until 8:30 and yours is at 10:30. But we had to drive up here early because last time we got here with like 1 minute to spare, I think, and you had to like run into your appointment. So we wanted to avoid that just in case there was any traffic. The last time we got our visas, you can see what other kind of problems we had. But this year, the problems are different.
I think last year the problems were on an individual level. Like, we had issues with our placement, we had issues with not getting our work contract in time.
Yeah.
But this time, everybody who wants a visa is having the same issue.
At this current moment, there's only a couple to a few visa centers or VFS centers open right now. Washington, D.C. is one. I think New York is open. So not all the centers are open. And so people are flying from the West Coast all the way here to get their visa appointments done. In conjunction with that, like getting your visa time and then trying to figure out when you'll actually receive your visa back makes it like basically impossible to get an Airbnb in France at the correct time, book a plane ticket, book train tickets.
I was gonna say that normally the visa processing time once you've applied is about 2 weeks. I think they say 2 to 4, but in practice it's about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And now we've heard upwards of 6 weeks or 30 business days. We've contacted people and we know others who have as well, and there's no straight answer. Everyone just says we really have no idea how long it's going to take, so we're just trying to complete this step of the process and we have no idea what's going to come next. We haven't seen anyone get a student visa yet.
Yeah, we haven't seen anyone actually receive their student visa. I guess the only thing to do is wait, but as far as any tips that we could give for doing your visa process is just to try and do everything early. Do things as early as possible when it makes sense. Just because you can do things too early and then have to go back and fix things when something is changed, like an appointment time or something gets canceled. Just do things as early as possible. Like, for example, we were able to get this appointment date because we got in our paperwork for Campus France as early as we could. So you just have to think about that. But yeah, other than that, about to go park the car, and then we have to wait for like 2 hours for my appointment and then 2 hours after that for Maria's appointment. And we will see you guys again once we both have finished our appointments. I guess we should talk about the appointments, like from the beginning. So I went up to the floor of VFS in the building, and they had 2 sheets, one making you acknowledge that you know, don't have any COVID symptoms, haven't been in contact with anyone, and another one specifying Washington DC's new travel restrictions, and you're just supposed to look at them, read them, say that you understand the information, and they let you through.
Yep.
And then you have your appointment with your person. They ask you for documents one by one. You're supposed to have them all, of course, and you just hand them over. They make you pay the fee, and then they put everything in a folder. They take your passport, and you get biometrics done. So they take your fingerprints, and they take a photo of you, and then the appointment's over. For my appointment, I had all documents and some extra things.
Me too. We had the same.
Yeah, we had like the same stuff, and I think he probably asked you for all the documents that are on the list, and
then I think 2 extra ones.
Which were?
One was the copy of our latest diploma, which you're not supposed to have to submit if you use the Campus France platform. But he asked for it, and we had it, so we submitted it. And the other one is the copy of the most recent visa. It's not on any of the checklists. It wasn't a fine print somewhere. So we decided we brought it, and it was a good thing we brought it because he asked for it.
When you're filling out like everything that you have to fill out for Campus France and to get your visa, there's lists everywhere. You have a list provided by Campus France themselves. You have a list provided by VFS, and then you have another list from the embassy. Okay, so our tip here would be to triple, quadruple check your documents that you're bringing to your appointment. What we did is we took each list that we had and we went through it one by one, and we put our hands on the document. You really need to make sure you have everything, and you need to read the fine print on stuff too, because like she said, on France visas, .gouv.fr, it wasn't on the list that you need a copy of your last visa that you had, if that applies to you. It wasn't on the list, but it was in this fine print, and so we were like, okay, we'll print one out, and if they ask for it, they ask for it. They asked for it. It's over now. Everything else is basically out of our hands. The guy told us like 3 to 4 weeks, but he said sometimes they come back in like 4 to 5 days. So like this video, comment down below telling us that you're sending us good vibes. All right, people. See ya in hopefully 1 week. Bye. All right, what's going on, everybody? It's Jalen here with a little update. Today is August the 16th, and we still don't have the visa. As you know, we had our appointments on July the 29th, and we were hoping that the visas would come through in like a week, maybe 2, but that was extremely ambitious and kind of unrealistic for how the situation has been going for a lot of people right now. So anyways, we ended up having to change our flights to different dates because we just couldn't make the flight. And if you don't have your visa, you don't have your passport, you can't fly to France. So that's kind of the situation we're in right now, just like a lot of other international students, if not really all international students that need a visa. So that's basically the update. That's it. I just think things will start picking up pretty soon, just because we've gotten some communications from official sources like Campus France and the French government saying that, you know, students are welcome. They're starting to process visas. So we'll just have to see. Hopefully it won't be too much longer, because like we are both itching to get back to France. And yeah, so make sure that you continue watching this video if you want to see us go pick up our passports. And you know, honestly, we won't even know until we get the passports if the visa is inside. They just say come get your passport, because it is your passport. You just have to find out whether they put the right stuff inside. So it's kind of nerve-wracking, but I'm optimistic about it. Maria is optimistic about it. And yeah, we will see you soon. Bye. Okay everybody, it's a couple days later from when I recorded that last part telling you that we hadn't gotten our visa yet. Well, today is August 19th and we have just gotten our email saying that our passports are ready to be picked up. The nerve-wracking part is that we don't know whether the visa's in there or not, and we'll just have to see. So that's what we're doing right now. Obviously we're gonna take you guys with us, and make sure you stay tuned to see us go pick up the passports. And at the end of this video we will be talking about some specific issues that we had during this process, outside of the fact that it's coronavirus time and all that stuff. So if you're interested in seeing what exactly we're talking about, keep watching and we'll explain what happened and how we went about solving that issue. See you in a little bit. Let's go. All right, we drove to DC. We got the passports, and inside the visas are there. I was gonna open it on camera, but we decided it would be a good idea to stay in there and open them just in case they weren't there. Maybe we could figure some other solution out. Anyways, for the hard part that we were mentioning earlier, it was actually more so with Maria's visa and her application and everything. So unlike last time we came to VFS, everything went smoothly at VFS. There were no issues. But a couple days after that, on the 31st, Maria received an email from the embassy asking her for more documents.
It was actually asking for missing documents. It wasn't asking for supplementary, it was asking for things that were missing, which nothing was missing,
right,
obviously.
Because like we said, everything went smoothly at VFS. She watched them check off all the boxes. She had every document plus extras. And then the embassy contacted her saying, we need a letter of enrollment.
From my school. From
the school,
yes.
Université de Reims.
Which doesn't exist because at our school and many other schools as well, international students don't enroll before they set foot in France. You have to go enroll in person. So there is no letter of enrollment. There is a letter that says you've been admitted and can come.
Right.
And that's what's required, which I submitted.
Yeah, so the required document as far as enrollment is actually a pre-enrollment form, because Campus France and the embassy should know that a lot of students can't enroll at school until they show up in person and pay, okay? Because school costs money.
And I think I would get it, but the real frustrating part is that he didn't get contacted for any missing documents.
Right, and we had the exact same documents.
Right.
So we don't know exactly what happened, whether at VFS the one document that she did submit got misplaced or fell out of the folder before they sent it to the embassy. I don't know, it was crazy, but as you can imagine, that was extremely stressful, because not only did they ask her for that document, one that does not exist, but they said in the email, I'll read a couple of things that they said. They asked for that document, then they were like, we would like you to give us these documents within the next 7 days. They wanted her to provide only new or updated information, which is obviously a dilemma because she knows she submitted the one form that was required. They're asking her for this form that doesn't exist, so the only thing she can provide is the document that she already provided, and that would not be new information. They asked her not to respond to the email. Don't ask questions. If they're sending you the email, that means they don't have the paper, okay? So no questions. And all these things that they're telling you not to do are in relation to the fact that if you do them, you can be denied. Your visa will be or can be denied. So that is why it was such a stressful and basically impossible situation to handle. I mean,
I did ask them for clarification because, like he just explained, it was an impossible situation to figure out, and they did not respond to me. I also asked Campus France for help, and they responded, but it was past the 7 days, so it was too late, and their response wasn't helpful to me either. So I ended up sending my pre-enrollment letter again, and they said not to send it again, but I sent it again because I thought that the only way that they could be messaging me saying something was missing was because that document somehow didn't make it to them. So I did send that again. I sent the screenshot of the page from which I downloaded the pre-enrollment letter from my application that says that I must enroll when I arrive in France. I sent 2 emails from my school that said that I must enroll when I arrive in France. I sent a screenshot of a handbook from my school that says I have to enroll when I arrive in France. A screenshot from my school's website that says the same thing. And finally, I sent a screenshot of the Campus France visa appointment document guidelines that the pre-enrollment letter was all I needed, and I didn't need a letter of enrollment. And on top of all of those documents, I also sent a cover letter that explained what each document proved and made my case that I should get my visa.
yeah, so those are all the things she sent, and it's a lot of stuff, but when you get an email like that, you have no idea what you're supposed to do, so you just have to come up with something. That was the big situation, and finally it's over, and I think we'll just end the thing here. We got what we needed. If you like this video, you can check out our last one on getting our work visas. Make sure you check us out on social media, Instagram, Twitter, our website, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the YouTube channel. There will be more videos to come, and yeah, we will see you all in 2 weeks.
Bye.